All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to talk about the Model 3, and I found a Model 3 that Tesla has. It's a 2023 that has a discount, and it just doesn't make any sense to me for some reason because there's so many 2022s out there. So we're going to dive into it, take a look at it. Of course, we're also going to take a look at the market from this past week to see if there's any auction values, see if there's a significant drop or not. And then we'll also take a look at inventory to see if there's available inventory that's kind of spiked. But for some reason, Tesla's doing something weird with all their Tesla inventory, especially the 2023 or the Tesla Model 3. So, but yeah, that's basically what we're getting into it. So let's roll the intro real quick. All right, so welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dennis. I've had a Tesla Model 3, a Model Y, and a Model S, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla or selling your Tesla at the best rate or even getting the best financing rate as possible. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. So let's get into it. Model 3. Model 3 is a super interesting one, right? Because we have the Model 3 standard range that's still available for $47,000 basically. Then you have the performance that bumps all the way to $63,000, almost the price of a Model Y long range. And then the Model 3 long range, we know it kind of disappeared a few months ago. It was $58,000, at least according to this price tracker here. Someone has basically graciously put together a price tracker that tracks all the different prices Tesla has, increases or even decreases. You can see them right here on the side. Super interesting to see. But right now, the Model 3 long range before it disappeared was $58,000. And there's actually a big secret that you can get a Model 3 long range today, or at least put your name on it and take delivery November or December, even though you can't actually, well, I guess it's not a secret because there's a link literally right there. It says see limited and current inventory. But what we do know is that the Inflation Reduction Act that was passed released the sales cap for Tesla. So Tesla could be eligible for the tax credit next year. And if Tesla is eligible for the tax credit on the sedan, because sedans on the tax credit have a $55,000 price cap. That means the sedan cannot be more than $55,000. So if we believe Tesla, the Model 3 is going to qualify for the tax credit, then Tesla has to reduce the Model 3 price down $2,000 or $3,000 under 55, maybe even more to accommodate for options and whatever like that. But so that's what we know. So if you're interested in a Model 3, it might not be, and you qualify for the tax credit, it might not be a good time and you might as well just wait. But if you're someone that makes over $150,000 or $300,000 combined as a married company, consult your accountant, because then it doesn't really matter at all. You might as well just buy it. Well, actually it kind of does, because if we believe Tesla is going to reduce the price to make the vehicles qualify, then it might as well be worth it. But we're kind of getting off topic here. So let's take a look at this Model 3 that I found. It's a 2023 that has a discount for some reason. So waitingfortesla.com is a third-party aggregator site that links to all the vehicles on tesla.com that are new vehicles or even demo or inventory vehicles. But all these vehicles have never been registered, and you will still be the first owner. So let's just pop over to Model 3, and you can see there is a ton of vehicles available that you can put your name on it or even take delivery. There's 400 Model 3s available. So the days of waiting 6 months, 12 months, that's all gone. You can get a Model 3 pretty much relatively shortly. And I think it actually says on the website, yeah, so right here, November, December. And if you go to performance, it's definitely November, December. So something is definitely going on in the background, whether demand is kind of drying up or everybody's pushing across the board to try and get that tax credit next year. But so you can see right here, I've sorted it down. I've already picked out the demo status, and there's 65 out of 400. That's actually not bad. 65 discounted demo vehicles out of 400. And most of these, which makes sense, right? Most of these are going to be 2022 because Tesla's going to try and clear out that inventory now that 2023s are delivering and on the lot, and you can actually take delivery of one. And some of these, decent discounts. So this one, $2,800 with 2,000 miles on it. That's not bad. $2,200 with 944 miles on it. That's definitely better in my opinion. But let's just do a quick scroll right now to see if we can find any of them that have a pretty big discount. These, they all seem to be pretty average, $2,000 to $3,000, which is kind of interesting, right? Like, why is there so many vehicles that have discounts that aren't just being scooped up like left and right? That really goes to show that this $2,000 discount or $3,000 discount is not enough. Tesla needs to discount it $3,000, $4,000, even maybe even $5,000 to get back to the pricing that it was before, because Tesla has definitely raised the price on the long ranges. I think if we just go back to June of last year or middle of this year, it's about $5,000, maybe even $6,000 cheaper. So really, Tesla needs to do some heavy discount on these clear end clearance type vehicles. Do you guys agree with me on that, or let me know? So let's just search 2023, and there's actually a couple of them, which it's kind of weird. All three of these are actually performance. Let's see if we can find one that's a long range. Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, so 2023 Model 3 rear wheel drive. Well, that's really interesting. Only 102 miles. It's in Hawaii, so that could be why there's a discount on here. So really low miles, but a $580 discount. So that's pretty good in terms of like discount for mileage. But that's really, that must be because it's from Hawaii, so that's why there's a weird discount, but like that. And then the other three, that might be the deal. If you're in Hawaii, you'd absolutely this is the car you want, and the word is the rear wheel drive actually might not qualify for the tax credit, so I wouldn't even worry about that. But we don't know, right? And we're probably not going to know until January 1st of next year. So, or even maybe late December. So these other ones, really interesting though. Like these all have, for some reason, pretty low mileage. This one has 39 miles with a $960 discount in Georgia, 10 miles with a $970 discount, and then this last one, 662 miles with a $1,300 discount. This one's that's not bad. If you absolutely want a Model 3 performance, that might not be a bad deal at all. But super interesting that they're discounting these. Let's jump over to the auction sites. Well, actually, before we jump into the auction sites, let's take a look. The inventory drops on these, isn't too crazy. Model Y is still leading the pack every single day. So it looks like today there was 40 Model 3s, and then yesterday was 50 Model 3s. But what's really interesting with that is that every day, even though there's vehicle drops and I guess vehicles start to pop up, this number, it kind of stays the same at 400 every single day. So I'm wondering, like, is it being like artificially like manipulated or pushed down to only show that there's 400 Model 3s available, but there actually is more? That's my thought on it, because they don't want to show like there's too much inventory and stock on it available. But who knows, right? So let's jump over to the Manheim auction. So this is Manheim, which is wholesale to wholesale, dealer to dealer, actual transactions of what the prices are going for. So I've got to put in here 2022 Tesla Model 3 long range, and we are now in the mid to high 40s for sure, which is good. But this is interesting, because if you take the current price at $57,000 or even $58,000, that's a pretty big drop down, almost $10,000 or 20% loss before taxes, fees, anything, just MSRP to wholesale value, which is pretty significant, which really goes to show that the demand on the used side is drying up, which will then translate to demand on the new side, or even less demand on the new side. But definitely super interesting stuff. But let's jump into some of the comments real quick. But before we get into that, this video is actually sponsored by my Calendly link. Down below in the description, there's a Calendly link where you can actually schedule a call with me. It's a 15 to 30 minute one-on-one call where you can ask me any questions on how to get the best deal on a Tesla, or where to sell your Tesla, or even get good financing rates. And after you schedule a call with me, you actually get a link to my buying guide, which has all the links and resources that I use to get the best deal, or where to sell your Tesla, or even get the best financing rate. And right now there's a credit union on my list that has 2.74% for 65 months, which is absolutely insane. So definitely check that out if you're interested, or just hit the like if you're liking the stream so far. But so Carlos, looking at getting a Model 3. Used prices keep dropping in my area, which has been great, because interest rates have been high. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, interest rates definitely going up, but there's ways to get lower rates. So don't be too worried on the interest rates. Just try and get a good deal. I would say if you're looking at a used one, maybe definitely just chart it out, right? So a brand new one, or a 2022, it should be 10 to 20% less, and then kind of knock off like 5 to 10% less each kind of segment you go down. But really what I do is I go to sites like Car Buyer USA, which is a wholesaler site, kind of like CarMax. And if I find a vehicle, let's say it's a 2020 Model 3, whatever, that I'm interested in with 10,000 miles on it, I then put in that same vehicle into here and see what the wholesale value of it is, and then try and negotiate in between the wholesale number and whatever price. Hopefully it's a private seller so that you can get more wiggle room, because mostly dealers, they can't move as much, and then just try and negotiate back and forth from there. But definitely some super interesting stuff that 2023 is. There are 3 of them or 4 of them now available at a discount, but definitely it's super interesting. Checking them out if you're interested in buying them on waitingfortesla.com. Not sponsored. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Hit that like if you're enjoying it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.